Yo, what's up, guys? This one is called Can We Stop Giving Terrible Advice About Shit We've Not Had Any Experience with ever? Can we stop doing that? Why? Because when you're giving advice like that and you're making an announcement, here's advice, guys. You're playing with people's fucking careers. You're playing with people's money. So listen, you're being very dangerous and just haphazard with people's lives, man. People's livelihood. Let's stop that. Can we? Um, so I'm gonna pick on this tweet a little bit. Um, but I was gonna say that's fucking dangerous. You know, that could fuck your life up. Am I being overly dramatic? Not in my mind, because if you take some bad advice on something and that costs you, you know, you might have one shot at the big thing. One. Most people have zero shots at the big thing. So you might have one shot at the big payday and you fuck it all up. That could cost you millions. And there you go. You potentially had the opportunity to be a fucking millionaire and now you're not. Because you listen to someone on fucking Twitter who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about because they don't have any experience in it. So, um, you know, um, and here's the thing, if you don't have experience in it, it's okay to just, fine, keep guessing at what the answer is, but just put it like this. I wonder if maybe if someone did something like this, would that maybe be a way, then you're allowing room for someone who has experience to come in and say, that's not how it works. Respectfully, that's not how the fuck it works. So, and here's why. Boop, 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 boop. And then you listen, you don't then you're not made to feel stupid. But let's not give terrible advice just for some likes. Okay? Like, have some fucking experience or just ask questions. Don't make statements. All right? Let's get into this. And some of this is mostly about IP. And if you're like, IP is boring, man, and also talking about money is boring. I mean, is it though? Like, not in my mind. Um, if you find this shit boring and then go click out and watch some other person's channel about like, hey, what's your favorite movie? That's not what I fucking do here. Okay. So, what's your favorite scene in Star Wars? Come on, man. We've already gone over that. So, this is about people who want to, they want to be the ones to do this shit. So, I want to say this at first because we are talking about IP, right? And even if you're like, I'm a writer, but I love my original stories. I don't even want to fuck with IP, Jason. Let me point out two things. One thing is IP, you get the rights to something, that can help you break in. Okay? Because, if you go up to say, hey, I have this thing, blah, 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 and guess what? I control the rights to it. Okay? Like, that might get you in the door. And that might be the thing that, okay, we take you seriously. You're like, then they're like, who's it with? And you're like Simon and Schuster. Then they're gonna be like, okay, like, they're gonna continue asking you questions about what is it? Versus, I have a screenplay. You see what I'm saying? The other thing there too is, even if you're not interested in writing things based on IP, here's a way around that. Because I get it, I don't super give a fuck about IP in that way as far as the creative. By the way, I'm gonna hold a pencil with me from now on because I always think of something and then I fucking forget it. So I'm just gonna write it down. The other thing with IP is that you can look for IP that's already speaking your language. You know what I mean? There's a certain project that I want, and you know, is it original? No, but the story, you know, the through line to the story is the story I want to tell. So who gives a fuck if it's you know if it's got IP sort of like slapped over it? I'm still writing the fucking story, dude, that I want to tell. See what I'm saying? It's a sneaky way to put your original shit in there, and have them take you more seriously. Plus, you got the fucking life rights. Okay. Um, so let's go here now. So because I've heard service runners say this as well. I've heard a service runner say, and by the way, if that service runner happens to see this video, this is not another body slam on you. It isn't. I'm done with that. It's in the fucking past. I don't care. If you don't say anything else about me, I won't say anything else about you. Okay, truce. Okay, I don't really give a fuck. But but I've heard more people say that. So, but the service runner said it could be anybody. That I tell my writers to write the novel. Excuse me. I tell my novelists to write the screenplay. No. That's backwards. So here's a tip. And plenty of people are saying like, you know, hey, by the way, writers, did you know that you can go out and get IP? And they're saying you can go get an option. Okay, an option. Here's the thing there. Go ask a service runner. Not through email, not through text, in person, or over the phone, so they don't have any time to like, let me look that up. Try to catch them off guard, is my point. Ask them this question. What's the difference between an option, because a lot of them are telling you to get options. What's the difference between an option and a shopping agreement? What is the difference? Do you see why I'm saying that? Because I guarantee you a lot of them don't know. So I'm going to tell you the answer. So hopefully they don't watch this, so you can trick them. To see if they know what the fuck they're talking about is the point. If they do know what the fuck they're talking about and they give you this answer, then fucking great. But my point is, I think too often people are telling you, go get an option, when you don't need an option. When actually what you need is a shopping agreement. Not need, you know, but it's easier, let's say. Cleaner. Here's the difference. An option is, I'm going to try to say it as colloquial as I can say it. An option is everything is spelled out in the deal. The option to purchase. Everything is spelled out now. A shopping agreement, none of that is spelled out now. The money part, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way I can think of to describe the difference. See what I'm saying? So when you're trying to option something from somebody, and if you're not experienced with options, you really don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay, to like be able to put those numbers together. Where a shopping agreement is much cleaner, you know, boilerplate, and then you don't have to worry about what numbers go here, you know, and all this kind of shit. And it's much less scary for the author, the novel, or the graphic novel or the comic book or whatever the fuck it is, article, whatever the fuck it is, right? The source material. Because essentially, you are doing your deal with a shopping agreement. They're giving you the rights to the material for an allotted amount of time. Let's say 12 to 18 months, right? If you want to shoot for longer than that, be my guest. Don't shoot for less than that. Nothing's going to happen in that time. But your side is, I'm trying to keep this simple. Your side, I know some of you guys are like, dude, we know, bro. Like, this is for people who don't know. Your side, you are going to make your deal on that. Should it sell, right? Your camp is going to make your deal, and their camp is going to make their deal. They got that. Your camp is not making their deal, essentially. Okay, so and what's the other thing there? You don't need to give them any money for a shopping agreement. And what's the other thing there? If you're trying to get like a big piece of material, you can't really give them enough money to fucking matter. What are you gonna give them, $100, $1,000, You know, even if you like, some of these deals for options are, you know, not a lot of money, $5 grand, 10 grand, 40 grand, some shit like this. However, when you got a big player on board, that's the part they care about, not the money part. I'm just gonna throw out a name. Let's say Reese is attached, and you do an option for 50 grand or something like this, right? Even if some random ass person off the street could come up with $50,000, you're not really gonna give a fuck, right? That's not why you're signing. That's not why you're like, yeah, dude, this could be something. You're signing that because Reese is involved, and you've already seen that Reese has done a bunch of shit. You see what I'm saying? You can't compete with that. So don't even bother bringing money into it, is my point. Unless it's a really tiny book or something, but then here's the thing, then it doesn't have any value anyway. So, you see what I'm saying? Now you're back to square one. The only reason to option something anyway is that there's value to the IP, and that's what your leverage is gonna be, trying to make the deal on this thing. Do you get it? Now let's get into this tweet. And I'm not gonna show the person's name because it really doesn't matter. You know, my goal is not to put them down as a person, but just so you can see it's real. I got my scribbles and this kind of shit, other points I want to make, but you can pause it and read along if you want or whatever. I guess you can't do that, can you? But it says, novelists, I've heard that pitching a book and selling the movie rights is easier than pitching a script alone. Better yet, adapt your novel, then pitch both. By writing a script, you'll appreciate how hard it is to translate everything from prose to screen. Hope that helps! Exclamation point. Anybody pick up what's wrong with that? I'll let you read it real quick. Do you see what's wrong with that? Okay. And yes, I need a new printer apparently, but I don't super care because I just print this shit out for myself. So first of all, novelists. So this is an I bit my lip. So this is an announcement. This is not even a response to something. It's an announcement. They want you to stop and listen to them, give you game. They start that with, I've heard. From where? You've heard this? So the first words out of your mouth is, excuse me, stop what you're doing, everybody. I don't have any experience with this. Furthermore, come on. I've heard that pitching a book and selling the movie rights is easier than pitching a script alone. This is someone that doesn't even understand what they're saying. Okay? It's clear. By the way, shout out to this book, Tremor, coming to a theater near you. So they're saying, I've heard that pitching a book and selling the movie rights is easier than pitching a script alone. I have to read that several times even. I've heard that pitching a book and selling the movie rights is easier than pitching a script alone. So what the fuck do you mean by that? Like, who are you pitching? Pitching a book to who, though? You're talking about pitching a book to the publishers? Is this book already published? Are you talking about pitching this book to a publishing agent? You're talking about pitching this book to a lit agent, book to film? You're talking about pitching this book to a producer? You're talking about pitching this book to a studio? Who are you talking about pitching this book to, first of all? Because that's not clear. Selling the movie rights is easier than pitching a script alone. You don't pitch a script. You hand someone a script. Like, there's just a lot that's not lining up in this. Okay. Let's go here. Better yet, they say, adapt your novel. Okay, so you have a novel, and again, I have the question, is this published? Who the fuck is this with? Or is this just in a box? Okay, but whatever. Better yet, let me give you better advice. Hear ye, here's better advice. Better yet, adapt your novel, then pitch both. Wait, what? Excuse me? So let me get this straight. So now what they're saying is you have a book and a screenplay, and now you're pitching both of those, pitching them. Like, what meeting is this? Hi, how you doing, guys? Yeah, let me set my materials down. Let me put this. So here's my book and here's my screenplay. Now let me begin my pitch. What are we talking? You don't pitch. You don't pitch a screenplay and you don't pitch a book. Like, that's, So I think what they mean is submit. So you're gonna submit a book and the script to who? Listen, no. This is not how it's done. Okay, you're doing it backwards, all right? Listen, you're taking a step that you've gone too far now. We haven't even finished with the book. We haven't even made the film rights to the book. You're writing the script for no one. No one asked for the script. So why the fuck would you be writing it? We'll get to that right here. By writing a script, you'll appreciate how hard it is to translate everything from prose to screen. Hope that helps! Exclamation point. Is there a single question mark in this? No. So they're telling you that this is what to do. They're not even, no part of them is like, I wonder if this is correct or not. I'll tell you, it isn't. This is not in the slightest how you do a book to film deal. Okay, and I'm telling you that from having done it. With what? With one of the, or on that day, the #1 IP on the planet. That. This is not what you do. Okay? Why not? Because no one asked for the screenplay, and you're trying to get what? You're trying to get paid for the screenplay. And there's 1.5 million ways you could get fucked and just, I don't want to get into all of that. There's 1.5 million ways you can undermine your leverage to sell the film rights by having a script out there. let me think of like the stupidest one. What if someone reads that script and hates it? And hates it. And you could have got paid $1 million fucking to write that. You see what the fuck I'm saying? Never do this kind of stupid shit. Never. Okay? One step at a time. Okay? Because there's a lot of reasons to say no every step of the fucking way. All right? This is the type of shit that your agent, if they're fucking good, and your manager and your lawyer are trying to save you from doing stupid shit like this, so that they don't have to try to unravel it. Like, so that they didn't put you in a meeting with someone and you said, I already wrote the script. And they're like, what the fuck did you tell them? And now they're like, fuck, how do I unravel this? How do I back this writer out of this mess that they're getting into? And then you call them up, you say, listen, they're on drugs right now, I swear to God. They took mushrooms. That's what happened. And LSD. And peyote. They're out of their mind. They don't even know what they're talking about. Okay, right now, ignore that. There is no script. Okay, click. Fuck are you doing? Don't say shit like this. It's not gonna help you. Hope that helps. It doesn't. It does the exact opposite. So listen, please, if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, just have a seat and ask a fucking question to people who have done it. Okay? And I've heard, did I already say that? I've heard service runners say this shit as well. And bro, you're in a position of expertise as a service runner, and you're telling people to write the script after they have the novel? What in the flying fuck? No. The goal here is to get you paid to write the script. And that can be in your fucking deal if you want it to be. Where you're like, I don't give a fuck if they want to put someone else on this. I'm not signing my rights over unless I get first crack at the script, because I want to be a screenwriter. Okay? Like, here's the thing. I'll close with this because I see I'm going long. And people say you can get these IPs and so forth. Let me remind you. I got an IP from Simon & Schuster, right? And it was kind of an impossible situation. Imagine, I'm trying to make a deal with HBO, back when it was cool. This is maybe 2016, something like this. I'm trying to get the rights to this thing, but I don't have any leverage. And I know that my leverage with the author, it's twice as hard. There's not one author on this, there's two. So they both of them have to fucking agree with their lawyers and everything that, yeah, we want to give this guy the rights. Okay, so it's doubly hard. But I'm also trying to get in at HBO. My leverage is each other. That's my leverage, but I don't have that. So what the fuck am I gonna do? Right? I'm in an impossible situation. Which comes first, the chicken or the egg? How the fuck do you get out of the situation? I don't know, but I did. And I went to HBO and I said, hey, like, I don't have any leverage. Like, I'm trying to get them. I don't have leverage. Is there any way you can help me? And they said, you can tell them this. You can say that. And I remember exactly what the fuck they said, because I did not want to stretch it and blow it out and lie. What I was said is, you can say that that HBO is enthusiastically interested. Great, that's all I'll say. And from there, I'm like, I have I have my baits to go through channels to get to them, and that's my line. So I already have interest is my point. In your book, I'm coming to you with pre-interest from HBO. You fucking heard of them, I assume, right? That's how I leverage that. So, at the end of the day, figure out how to fucking leverage it. It wasn't listen, they didn't need my money. That's not what the issue was. Let me give you $100. No, that's not the fucking problem. The problem was leverage. Okay, so listen. Do not listen to this kind of. Oh, let me read. By the way, what I said, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. What I said in this is, I said I gotta butt in. Listen, here's what I said. Rewind. I gotta butt in. If you're gonna do that, do not tell anyone you also have the screenplay. That would have killed the Gone Girl deal, for example. You want to get paid for both and not scale if you can fucking help it. Okay? I mean, with some of these deals, we're talking about you fucked your life up money. If you fuck the deal up. What do you mean? I just wrote the screenplay because I thought it'd be fun. Well, now you made sure that you're not getting paid $1 million to write it. And if it gets made, you're getting paid another $1 million and a fucking bonus on top of that. Okay? Now you just burned yourself for $2 million plus. Okay? That's why you don't want to do stupid shit like that. Okay? I'm out. Bye, guys. Good luck. Do not follow the advice of people who've never been in the chair. Peace, guys. Best of luck.